Fortune and Strife features subjects which can be uncomfortable for a general audience, such as the use of drugs and alcohol, poor treatment of people of different classes or cultures, adult situations, psychological trauma, deprivation, survival, natural disasters, and violence. Listener discretion advised. In addition, these next few episodes of the show contain cultural and historical content based upon the peoples of Asia and the Far East. We are coming at this from a place of respect and genuine interest and a love of these cultures, places, and history. We may not get it 100% right all the time, and we ask you to bear with us and give us the benefit of the doubt, and we would let us know when we get it wrong. We want to be an ally in dispelling Orientalism that has affected the Asian and Middle Eastern communities around the world. Welcome to Fortune and Strife. I am Robert, or Bayoshi Shinichi, and I'll be your host and narrator.
I am Jeanne, and I am playing Doji Gen.
I am Tyler, and I am playing Akoto Ricci. Let's play some L5R in the Burning Sands.
After the events in the Sultan's court, where Ricci has suffered a fairly nasty head wound, you finally get him back to the Sultan's quarters in some rest and attempt to get it bandaged up. And there's definitely some fear and anxiety based on the whole situation of, how bad is it, and especially when Ricci is usually the person that you would turn to in a situation to evaluate someone's health conditions. And the fact that the alchemist was initially sent to make sure that Alfara was tended to first. It is some hours later into the night, probably around midnight, when Asil El Samara comes in to tend to Ricci, and he kind of evaluates the wound and the bleeding and the swelling there, and kind of tuts himself a bit as he looks it over and says, "It's a deep gash, and your friend's going to be confused for some time, but I think I can help him here." And he's going to go ahead and attempt to provide some first aid.
Thank you very much. Not very skilled in this art.
Of course, no, not to worry. I'm someone who is well versed in the healing arts and have been doing this for many years. I think your friend will definitely pull through with this, and hopefully without much in the way of a scar or anything like that. So you'll give me just a moment here, and I'm going to go ahead and do a first aid check for this, which it looks to be a TN4 water medicine check.
I'll take it.
All right. El Samra has a water of 4 and a medicine of 3, and they made their check with 4 successes, 3 opportunities, and 3 strife. So, for him, the strife is probably coming across as he's tired, he's kind of exhausted after tending to Ishmael Alfara and trying to work on you after just a very, very tired and exhausting day has just wiped him out even more. But the 3 opportunities he will use to remove 1 of your strife, and then during this whole situation of tending to you, you're still with it and conscious, and he's having a conversation with you to kind of make sure that you are active and responsive and not suffering a total concussion. You two struck up a bit of a budding friendship. If you want to add stuff to it, feel free. But with 4 successes, he treats your severely wounded void has now become a lightly wounded void.
Yeah, I'll take that. And the strife reduction brings me down to a 4, so that's always nice.
Always nice as well. Excellent.
Yeah, it's always lovely just to have a good, reliable conversation about one's profession.
There you go. Yeah, kind of explain to me kind of how you feel that the friendship starts to build up, or maybe at least the rapport of colleagues or something like that.
Yeah, we go back and forth about different treatment techniques, because we had talked previously in the past about we more pantomime than anything else. But we ever since then, Richi's learned a little bit more of the language, so we can carry on at least a rudimentary conversation back and forth.
And like you said, it's becomes a bit of a good conversation between colleagues who discuss different methods from different areas of the world, how you might go about treating it versus how he does. And yeah, you guys spend quite a bit of time talking throughout the rest of the night before he finally gets you down and settled with a tincture to help you sleep, and he finally leaves the emir's quarters to go and rest himself after all this time.
All right.
Sounds good.
The next week is spent with Richi resting up from his wounds, and the rest of the household getting ready for the week's next event. Now that you've been formally introduced to the court, the Sultan has planned a hunt and a race, an endurance race between camels and horses, something that is one of those hotly debated topics that you hear from the other household staff about whether the speed of the horse can match out against the endurance of the camel. And so everyone's looking forward to it. And Ricci, you receive an invitation from Munsif el Bashara, the defender of the faith, the right hand of the Sultan, the head of his guards, to come and sit with him and be his guest for the festivities and to watch there from the sidelines.
Ooh, that's very interesting. I will gladly send my acceptance back, I guess, through a letter if it's coming through that way, or by way of a messenger.
Yeah, you can send it back either which way. Either Rafi will help you dictate, or will have you dictate a letter to him that he can return, or they can send a messenger to verbally let him know that you are looking forward to being his guest. It's up to you which one you want to do.
Whichever way I am informed is the way I shall return my reply.
Then you would want to dictate a letter to Rafi for him to write out for you.
Perfect. Then that's exactly what I do.
Excellent.
Is the camel race inside the palace or is it outside the palace?
It is outside the palace.
You think I could go as part of Ricci's entourage and use it to sneak out and maybe see if I can find some unicorn or somebody to help us get out of here?
I think so. Absolutely. Yeah. No, that would give you a great excuse to be out of your fundamentally house arrest that you've been kind of sequestered under as the Sultan and the Emir's guests here in Al Zawira.
Woohoo!
So yeah, if you since yeah, you guys have kind of set up Ricci to kind of be the head of your delegation and whatnot here. It would be very easy for you to send, you all out as his entourage, and for you to be sent to possibly even run an errand for him or some other such thing, and find yourself either outside the city or back inside the city running whatever you'd like to be doing with that time. Yeah, no, absolutely.
Okay, maybe Suena can go with me. Maybe Hayate can go with Ricci to be his, I don't know, aide de camp.
There you go. Mm-hmm.
We can make this work.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So yeah, you'll go ahead and split off into twos during this kind of bit of racing and hunting and kind of it's definitely just a time to show off, and Rafi explains it as the different stables and are very much in deep competition here, as well as people's different methods of taking down prey. They have incredibly swift dogs, as well as displays of falconry during this time. And it's for them, it is definitely one of the kind of the heights of their how should we say, it's not quite their own skill, but to show off the skill of the animals that they've raised and the way their working relationship with them. So you guys have a couple of days. So if anyone would like to make any type of downtime activity while inside the palace walls, feel free to let me know. But in the meantime, if there's nothing else, Ricci can attempt to recover at the end of the week his health any further.
Oh no, I was going to say I was going to make that recovery check. So please, by all means, go ahead.
I was going to, since I can't do much on the helping recovery check, I was going to take some time to indulge in a little natural philosophy and start, writing copious notes about the local fauna and flora and geology and astronomy or anything else that I can take notes of in the castle, because that's what I do.
Yeah, no, I think that's great. So for you, well, let's pick an area of natural philosophy. Do you want to depict the architecture of the palace? Do you want to kind of look into the flora and fauna? What? Give me a specific area of philosophy that we can give you a roll for.
Well, let's make this vaguely useful potentially.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do the architecture. You never know what you'll find since you offered.
Yeah, so I think for natural philosophy of architecture and stuff like that, since labor is the construction of buildings and things like that, let's make it a labor check. Um, and since you can get you're well within views of some of like the best of the Caliphate's architecture and can get up right close and move around inside the palace area here. Um, and you have a great view of all the other great buildings and temples within the city. Let's go ahead and just make that a TN2 labor check.
For water, air, earth, fire.
I think it would be air. You're analyzing the architecture, I think is
Okay,
the
sounds good.
yeah, the correct
All
ring
right,
for
I
that.
have a 4 air and a 1 labor.
Okay.
So I got 2 successes, 1 strife, and 1 opportunity. I'm going to use, you said TN2, right? So
TN2, correct.
I'm going to use the opportunity to negate the strife. And I am going to find some nice tall parapet of the palace and draw my little heart out.
Yeah, no, you sketch and you paint and you have some beautiful architectural drawings of the area that help you understand new construction ideas and marvel at the the thinness of these minarets and the domes that they make use of and uh, these incredibly tall and wide arches. It's they create with stone in ways that no one back in Rokugan is utilizing, and
Hmm.
this would all be wonderful information to bring back with you, and it definitely satisfies your passion of natural philosophy. So feel free to nix 3 strife off your character there.
Thank you very much.
Of course. All right, Ricci, how about you go ahead and make a TN3 fitness test for me here, and let's see if we can get that injury all the way off your character.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
All right, so what was your check? What was the result?
So I had my void of 3 and fitness of 2, and I wound up getting 4 successes, 3 strife, and an opportunity. So I do succeed. I will no longer be lightly wounded on void, thankfully. And with that opportunity, I'm going to call water, and my next check that uses the water ring will have its TN reduced by 1.
Excellent. Why don't you describe how that strife manifests in your character here over this week of both bed rest and recuperation?
Well, it's bed rest and meditation. Is
Ah,
really
there you
what it
go.
breaks down to. And Ricci's never been one to sit still for too long. So a lot of it is both the alchemist friend who's coming by and being like, no, you need to lay down. and just constant mothering by Hayate, being like, "No, you need to stay down. You know better than this."
I like that.
So that just wears on the edges just a little bit for Ricci, who's the one that has to say that. Having it said to him is never a fun time.
All your sins remembered.
Yes, very much so.
Excellent. Well, then, yeah, that brings us up to the hunt and the race. Unless there's any other last-minute preparations either of you would like to take into this, we can go ahead and send Ricci and Hayate off to go visit the Defender of the Faith, while Gen and Sueno go off to run an errand for their delegate, as it were.
Or slip off.
Exactly. Slip off during the whole thing. If you guys, make a quick thing of like a show of Ricci asking for something specific while you guys are making your way out to sit in the stands for this. Up to you guys how you guys want to try and spin it. But yeah, let me know how you guys set this up.
I think it'll be one of those things where I could say, again, I'm looking for something to read. Could you go get something from the market for me?
Very well. But after we've left the gates, just to make sure.
Of course. Of course. And that's one of those things where I will say it very loudly to anyone listening nearby.
Does Ricci say anything quietly?
Yes, he has done so in the past when it's necessary.
As few times as possible.
He can be subtle when the need arises. He's just not good at it.
Well, let's see actually how well he pulls that off. I think an air performance or air courtesy check is to be called here.
Well, they're both the same, so let's just have fun with it and call a performance.
Performance, all right. Gen, do you have performance by chance, and can help him with an assistance on this check?
Yes, actually, I do. I am not bad at it.
I'll take all the help I can get.
Yeah, if it's all the help you can get, then Hayate will give you. You know what? Let me double check and see what he would give you. He might actually have a rank in this because NPCs get skills differently than us. Let's take a look and see if he's got social. Yes, he does have social 1, so that's 2 skilled assistants, one from Hayate and one from Gen. Sueno, I don't know. Does she have performance? Let's see. Yeah, social 1 as well, I believe, at the very least, if not social 2.
Social
so
2.
Let's give you 3 skilled assistants, and with a hidden TN though. So I will give you a void point to do it. To do it, or you can know the TN if you'd like.
I'll take the void point.
I'll take the void point. All right.
So my my air of 2 and my performance of 1 with 3 skilled assistants gives me 4 skill dice and 2 ring dice.
Okay. All right. So how'd that check go?
Well, here I am saying Ricci's bad at this. He has 4 successes and 4 opportunities.
Pretty good.
So I'm hoping that's a good enough. So the way I'm thinking about this is the opportunities. I just want to put them all into the one that's like, you are very subtle. So I'm just increasing the subtlety of it, which is really weird because it's Ricci we're talking about here. So what that means is that Ricci is extremely loud. The problem is that he is extremely loud in Rokugani in foreign territory. But that just kind of plays up the fact that everyone else just kind of jumps to whenever he makes the order. So everyone around him just kind of, it's like, oh yeah, he's giving orders properly. That's exactly what he's supposed to be doing, kind of deal.
Absolutely. Everyone reacts quickly and smartly to your kind of clip commands in this pantomime of authority, and it pulls off. Everyone figures that this is completely normal for you guys, and even though you guys are normally under a bit of house arrest, with the way that you're handling things and asking for something new to read, as in you've just been bored over this last week and of rest that you need something else to read, that you of course you send off your servants to take care of that. And so Gen and Sueno make their way over there, and no one, not even any of the guards that the Defender of the Faith has or that the Emir possibly sent along with you even notices or cares. This seems totally normal. Everyone's got servants that work for them. And yeah, you will go off to enjoy the spectacle of hunting animals and a race between horse riders and camel riders, while Gen goes off and is able to do her own thing. So enjoy the show, sir, and hope you enjoy your void point there for the hidden TN.
I will gladly take it.
Excellent. Yeah, and in fact, the one, what do we want to say the one Strife is from here? From the giddiness of it all, of actually being able to pull it off, or do you see it as something a little different?
Oh, I definitely see it as me barking these orders and then immediately going very quiet and whispering to Gin, being like, "I'm so sorry, I will make it up to you later."
Perfect. I love it. Well, there we go. So, like I said, Richie goes off to enjoy a day of festivities, while Gin has a remarkable day of freedom around Alzawira. So let's go ahead and focus in on her and Sueno making their way through the various streets of the city.
Okay, great. Well, I obviously am here for a very serious and surreptitious purpose, but it is the book market, which I've been dying to get to since the day I came to the city. So, of course, I am enjoying looking at all the books because I want to look at the books in the book market. So I'll be doing that. I would like to actually use a title ability, which I have.
Oh, okay, sure
finished
thing. Now
title.
that you finished after title, yeah.
Yeah, I have the title ability for my title Spy, and I would like to try and use that title ability, which, if you give me a second, is, here it is, called Ears Everywhere, which lets me do as a scheme and support or downtime action, targeting this location, the city of Alzawira, to gather and sift through all the different rumors for good intelligence. So I want to find everything around, but I'm specifically looking for any information, how to reach, how to contact, anything about unicorns in the city that might be able to or willing to help us.
Sounds good. An excellent use of your time here. Okay, so that
And of course,
is
seeing
going
if there's
to.
good books. I'll take good
Yeah,
books.
no, of course. And while this is a city that you haven't had a lot of time to go through, you at least have the book that the guard has kind of given you of of their religious teachings, of the Nameless Prophet. And you could possibly even pair that to the one of the booksellers that he picked it up from, and so that can be another in for you to kind of go in and speak up with somebody there that might be, how should we say, inclined to be supportive and sympathetic. And then just, Gen's normal charm of listening and making, leading questions with those that she's talking with about the different aspects of their books and their time and what's going on. And yeah, you can definitely, I think, set up a quick check here. So that'll be a TN4 sentiment air check.
Okay, can Sueno assist me?
Absolutely, but I don't know if she has anything in the scholar skill group. Does she?
We'll see. Hold on. Maybe
Yeah, I
not.
think that might be unskilled assistance, but it's still assistance nonetheless. That extra kept die is always nice.
All right. So we'll try it. We'll try that. So we'll do unskilled assistant. I can always use the help. All right.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
sentiment air, right? Sentiment air.
Sentiment air.
I have 4 air and 1
T and
sentiment.
4.
1 sentiment
All
or 2
right.
sentiment? 2 sentiment. Just a sec. 2
Mhm.
sentiment. All right. That's not bad.
All right. So, how did that roll go?
All right. I got a kind of silly roll. I got 7 successes, 5 strife, and 1 opportunity. And I'd like to use the opportunity to find something about the person who uh, basically is, wrote the book that I'm using to track down. Basically, I'm trying to find who's selling information on the unicorn, right? Using, I had to call on my blessings of Fukurokugen to find that information out, right? And then, once I find where in the information, where in the market I can find that information, I want to find out, use my opportunity to find out a little bit more about who is writing about the unicorn uh, as part of my searching for rumors and stuff about the unicorn. And I believe my gift kind of gives me a wide and diverse spread of dirt. Dirt about the unicorn. I won't use it to
Absolutely.
I won't use my opportunity to spread any rumors at this time.
No worries. And how do you want to say that this massive amount of strife you got from all those exploding ring dice manifests for you?
All right. I am just very distracted. I am here in a marketplace with a ton of information on topics that I am passionate about and looking at them in whole new ways that many Rokugani don't even think about because it's all sciencey and I like that. And
Mm-hmm.
every time I want to keep digging deeper, I see another title that I want to go home with me and I can't take it home with me. Um, I can't necessarily even write it, but it's got this cool geometry picture on the cover. Anyway, so that is why I am so stressed.
I like it. All right. So, uh, you find and are drawn to a book written by a Ichiro Taima, who you learned from the kind of opening pages of this history book. There's a Ganzu author of a history titled "The Travels and Tribulations of Horse Maiden Shinjo," and this is ostensibly written by vassals of the Shinjo family, uh, who you've never heard of. At least you've never heard of the Ganzu beforehand, but apparently they somehow serve the Shinjo outside of Rokugan, and that this is a history that has been passed down to them of the uh, the stories and traditions of what Shinjo did during her travels outside of Rokugan for the several hundred years that she was out and about, leading her Kirin that eventually became the unicorn. So, uh, but something that you learn about the author of this is what can we go with here?
Does he like the unicorn or does he not like the unicorn? Or she?
Oh, he is. Yeah, this is a he. He is. You can tell is an enthusiastic supporter of the unicorn. From the reading of this text, that he is, despite kind of being in both worlds, both um, a peoples who have been both subject of the Shinjo as well as the Khamarist Caliphate. They follow the teachings of the Nameless Prophet, but also the teachings and traditions of the Shinjo. They are definitely a people kind of trying their best to straddle both worlds between the the Burning Sands and Rokugan.
Can I buy this book?
Oh, absolutely.
Alright.
This is definitely a book that you can definitely pick up and afford with the resources that you have on you. Um,
Cool.
yeah, let me
Then
see.
I
Is there
will.
anything else I want to add to this? Yeah, and I want to say that talking with the bookseller, he would let you know that um, the author is working on um, a new treatise as well of what do you call it of a history of the Ujik is his next project, specifically writing about the White Horde,
Excellent.
um, which kind of keys you into mind that like, oh well, if you know that the author is working on that, oh well, is the author must be somewhere nearby or at least known to him, and you get to talking, and yes, the author lives here within Alzuira, and
Mm.
you possibly might be able to track him down. In the
All right.
meantime, that's a lot of stuff from the that's from your opportunity spend. And part of your success. Let's get the rest of it. For the title gives you, if you succeed, you discover the latest happenings relevant to your current location or social group, as well as which current rumors are false. Okay, so things that are relevant to your social group in your current location. Um, there are true rumors that Ishmael Alfara is not finished with what happened. That everyone's talking about the kind of duel that happened between him and Ricci, and people are amazed that anyone was able to fight Alfara to a standstill, and that many people wonder if the Sultan hadn't called it off, which of the two would have um, could have won and taken the day of that. And people are now wondering, how either of them, whether it's Ricci or Alfara, is going to uh, settle the score. Right? Like no one can understand that two warriors such as them would just let it stand and let it be. Um, and while a couple of those rumors are definitely false about like, oh well, I hear they're gonna like duel at the on the top tower of the grand temple of the Kumar's temple. Yeah, that stuff's BS. But the idea that there is a score to settle is possibly quite real. You feel from what you've been able to pick up.
Mm-hmm.
Um, let's see here. And then you got 7 successes out of 4 that you needed. So you can get a little extra out of that with another 2. Well, let me ask you this. Is there anything that you'd like to know or find out about your current location or social group besides that that you think would be important to pick up? I'm trying to think what else um, you might need to know. Social
Anything.
group. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. By social group in general, I'm thinking anything to do with Rokugan or Rokugani.
Yeah, Rokugani or Rokugan actually does. I think will definitely come up here. Let's see. Yeah, I would say that there are people that you talk to in the book market would remark on your particular looks, whether it be the shape of the face, the darkness and length of the hair, and the way it lays. Um, Shape of the eyes, things that are distinctive to the Rokugani versus the Kumaris. The people might pick up different things here and there, but talk about how you look remarkably like so and such and such. And you start to realize that there are probably more Rokugani in the city than people realize. Um, and you pick up a couple of names that I will come up with here in a moment of uh, people that would meet these descriptions that you could possibly go and meet and talk with.
That is great.
Excellent.
I did have one other thing that I did not mention before, but I thought I might just because it might come up. I didn't say it.
Sure. Go for it.
Since Sueno put the lapis necklace on me before, I've been wearing that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if
That
anyone
is good to
recognized
know.
it, but I am wearing the lapis necklace I received and found in Foxlands because it's pretty and it seems to go.
There you go. Excellent. I'm Robert, or Bayushi Shinichi, your host and narrator, thanking you once again for listening. Remember to catch new episodes every Monday. If you want to catch them early or are looking for more bonus content, please consider becoming a supporting member of the Patreon at patreon.com/CourtGames.
I am Tyler, and I've been playing Akoto Ricci. You can find me on my personal accounts on Twitter at ChurcherGames or on Twitch, also as ChurcherGames. You can find the show on the web at CourtGamesPod.com, on social media platforms such as Facebook and Instagram under Fortune and Strife, and on Twitter at L5RFNS. If you would like to contact us, you can email the show at fortuneandstrife@gmail.com.
This is Jeanne, aka Kakita Kaori, and also known as, at least today, Doji Gen. You can find me at my blog at the Winter Garden of the Kakita website, along with helpful materials for the RPG, and also on Twitter at White Veils or on Facebook. If you like, I am also found on the Court Games RPG podcast as a writer for Emerald Legacy, or check out The Table Is Yours for fiction readings of the FFG stories.
This has been Fortune and Strife, a Court Games production in association with D20 Radio Network and the Rokugana Historical Society.
Correctly with the correct amount.
D20 Radio, where gamers roll.
www.d20radio.com.